I spent a lot of time in New York City when I was younger, but then as soon as I finished high school, I moved to Louisiana, to New Orleans. It's the mecca of music cities, I think, around the world. I noticed also, like, I used to go sit on the Mississippi River, and like the intensity of the river is so strong. And I feel like just that in itself actually has a lot of influence on like why the city attracts a certain kind of people, you know? Because there was something very magical about the energy of the river there. I'm kind of taking a break from playing music for a while. I wanted to take this summer off and just try to find some places like this to find some inspiration for some new music. I wrote to Katja and asked if they needed some help, and she said, yeah, come for a few weeks for the festival, and it worked out really nice, actually. I don't know, the more time I'm here, I feel like this has a really great atmosphere. It's a wonderful place. I feel like it's very warm, very welcoming. You have to kind of be looking for stuff like this usually. A lot of these kind of places are not, they're most often like smaller. It doesn't necessarily have all the support of the city and things like that, you know, because it's alternative. It's open for the community, you know, open for everybody.
Park je RGB, mada namestit ćemo ih u jednu boju, pošto mnogo...
Last night there was a concert with these like young bands, and it's a little inspiring just to have a place like where people can kind of come and do what they want and like not necessarily have a lot of restrictions. And you need things like this because it's like it gives you an opportunity to feel comfortable to do some things you wouldn't normally do as a musician or something, or as an artist. That's how you make a lot of progress, is like being open to new things.
Ajmo! Glasnije bre!
It's wonderful, so it's nice to see like younger people who, I don't know if there's probably very few places where they can do something like they did last night, you know. We had a jam session here the other night too, and it was just, on the one hand, very chaotic, but everyone was together in the same bundle of chaos. I mean, music can be very complex, you know, and the more you study it, it can be very elaborate, and you can open up all these new doors to all these different directions and things. But then on the other hand, like, to just play along with music, it can also be very simple too. You don't worry about making mistakes, you don't worry about doing things that maybe this doesn't fit, maybe this is not the way, like you're supposed to play this, or you kind of throw all these rules out the window, and by doing that you make an enormous amount of progress, I think. You discover new things. And it just makes you more open in general, and then it translates to just when you wake up in the morning, how your perspective on the day is different. It ends up being really nice, you know, like I had a blast. It was nice, it was funny. We had a very different week this week of it. We did all this work with cleaning the beach and organizing things and building this little path and the stairs and stuff, and like all of that is in preparation for the festival, but it's nice because when you do all of that, it also makes everything nicer for the community in general. Like when the festival's over, this stuff is all going to still be here. It's like you still did all this work, and I notice people here really appreciate it. Like, you know, you can see that people are enjoying. It's too bad actually that people don't come and spend more time here, that there's not more of a crowd, because it's such a nice place, and the terrace is really beautiful to sit. And I mean, I feel very lucky that I get to I'm basically living here right now, you know, so like I just wake up in the morning and sit on the terrace and drink my coffee and listen to the river, and it's like, it's wonderful. It's a very magical place in some ways, I think, you know.